Welcome. My name is Sham Mustafa, and I'm a co-founder and co-CEO at Correlation One. I'm excited to tell you more about Correlation One's data analytics training. Let's get started. Before we jump into the presentation, I want to start with two stories. These are stories of your colleagues, your peers, people who were in your shoes just a few months ago. The reason we want to start with these stories is because these are the stories that inspire us. These are stories where people took a shot in themselves, worked hard, and were able to change their career trajectory in a matter of months. Let's start with Jerry's story. Jerry told Correlation One, when I joined the program, I was not confident in my technical skills at all. I had never used Excel or written a line of code, so it was intimidating when I started. I asked myself several times if I could do it, but I decided to give it my 100% and never give up. I was lucky to have some amazing instructors and a dedicated coach who was with me every step of the way. I ended up getting a job I love as an analyst at United Airlines. Jerry was a graduate of Correlation One's data analytics training program, which ended in July of 2022. The next story is from Eric. Eric told Correlation One, I would have given up looking for a new job if not for Correlation One training. I love the program. In particular, my career success coach, Jody, encouraged me to give it my all. Before working with her, I felt I had hit a wall in my career, but the program inspired me to apply to new roles, even if I didn't have the confidence or get interviews at first. Sure enough, not long after graduation, I landed a role with FDM Group. Eric was also a graduate of our data analytics program from 2022. Now, these stories are important, not only because that is Correlation One's mission, to create economic opportunities and help people find family-sustaining jobs. But these stories are important for all of you because Eric and Jerry were in your seat just months ago. They have landed in amazing careers. They did not have a lot of data analytics skills to start with, but through hard work and persistence and Correlation One support, they were able to get the outcomes that they want. Thank you for taking the time in attending this presentation. We hope that you would find this presentation helpful, and we hope you will join the journey that Jerry and Eric went through with Correlation One. Let's get started. This is our plan for today. We are going to talk about jobs in the data ecosystem. What are these jobs? Why is this a good career investment for all of you? We're next going to talk about Correlation One's approach. We have a very unique way that helps you not just acquire technical skills, but prepares you for the job search and helps you land a job. Then we're actually going to talk about the program logistics. How long is the program? What is the expected commitment? And how is the program being delivered? And finally, we are going to talk about how do you apply for this program. Let's get right in. Why is this a good career track for all of you? Today, as you all know, data is the biggest force for change in world economy. You all work at Amazon. You know how data is critical to every decision at Amazon. And that's basically why we created this training program that's specifically for Amazon career choice workers. And the goal is to help you find amazing opportunities inside or outside Amazon. At a high level, data and AI are fundamentally changing the nature of industry and jobs as we know it. AI is projected to contribute over $15 trillion to the global GDP by 2030. That is, to put it in perspective, more than the current economies of India and China combined. AI is truly disrupting the economy, It's also, creating jobs for people who have data skills. Now, how many jobs are we talking about that are going to be disrupted or created by data literacy? In the next 10 years, the global economy is expected to create about 230 million jobs that would require data skills. In our view, data literacy, knowing to work with data, getting insights from data, using it in your work is going to be as critical as numerical literacy. And the good news is you're taking the first step today to participate in this data economy. There are millions and millions of jobs that are being created using data. And so the focus of this training program is to give you the skills, the data literacy, the data analytics skills. They'll prepare you for a wide variety of jobs and opportunities. So what are these jobs? What are these opportunities? Would you just be a part of the data science team or data analytics teams? What jobs does Correlation One's training prepare you for? Across every industry, every company has different functions. This training is meant to be a stepping stone for you to get your first data analytics job. So that job could be a part of the data analytics team inside a company. For instance, the job title could be data analyst. The job title could be data entry specialist. Or you could be a part of the product team where you'll help the company build products by using your data analytics skills. The job titles there are product analyst, product assistant. You could be a part of operations and strategy team, where the job titles are reporting analyst, operations manager, revenue analyst, business development analyst, and more. And finally, it could be marketing, it could be research, it could be human resources. The goal here is having data analytics skills will prepare you for a wide variety of roles, functions within multiple companies. And so that's why this is a robust career choice. And we just wanted to expand your thinking in terms of the types of roles you would be preparing yourself for. So what would you do on the job? We wanted to give you some examples. Let's say you go through the training, you complete the training, you get your certification, and you get a job as a data analyst. We will help you find that job. Your role would be to help your organization collect better data, clean the data, and analyze the data. For example, you might work on a team that helps a professional sports franchise understand the various factors, discounts, bundle deals that cause fans to purchase tickets to games. You could be a part of product analyst, product team, where your role would be to help your organization determine the optimum product features. For example, you might help a company that creates software for differently abled adults, analyzing how your products are best tailored to meet the specific adults' user needs of this target population. And finally, you might be a part of the market research analyst team, where you would help your organization define your approach to marketing and branding. Just some examples of the broad range of roles that the training will prepare you for. The next section, we are going to talk about Correlation One's unique training approach. But let's start with who we are as a company. Correlation One is a workforce development platform. We focus on jobs of the future. These are jobs which have high demand. These are jobs which will pay a living wage. And these are jobs that we don't assume people are joining our training will know the basics of fundamentals. We teach everything that you would need to know to find a job. So our training programs are between 16 to 18 weeks. There will be breaks in the middle. And in addition to technical training, we also provide super comprehensive professional development training, because when it comes to your job search, getting technical skills is just one part of it. Navigating the job search process, being strategic when it comes to your job search process is what determines success. We'll talk more about that in a second. But so that's what Correlation One does. Our mission is to create equal access to jobs of tomorrow by unlocking diverse human potential at scale. We all have skills. We all have different sets of skills. Our goal is to tap into the potential we all have and help you connect to job opportunities which pay a living wage. Correlation One, who do we work with? We work with the leading enterprises of today. Obviously, Amazon is one of our clients. We also work with companies like Johnson & Johnson, Ernst & Young, Accenture, Citibank, Morgan Stanley, Capital One, Walmart, Target, and there are 100+ companies that we work with. So it's difficult to list everyone here. But one thing to keep in mind about Correlation One's training programs are these are not just the companies our graduates end up working for. We actually work with these companies directly to train their own employees. And that gives us a frontline view perspective into what are the skills these companies are investing in, that it's important enough for them to train their own employees. And we also know who is successful in a job search process in these companies. So what we do when we build this training for you, the data analytics training program, we tapped into all the knowledge, all that insight to create a program that is designed to meet the needs of the employers, your potential future employers, and take a very practical approach. And that's what makes our training program successful. We focus on real life skills that are valued by employers, and we focus on skills that's likely to get you a job. A few more data points about Correlation One. Correlation One has received one of the highest rankings on a website called coastreport.com. This is a neutral third-party website where graduates of various technical training programs, community colleges, boot camps go and rate their training experience. We received a rating of 4.94 on a scale of 5, almost a perfect score, with over 750 reviews. And we believe we get these ratings because we are singularly focused on one thing. That's jobs for the people that we train. And our focus is basically what helps us get these reviews. We encourage you to go and take a look at the website to form your own opinion on the effectiveness of our training programs. Outside Coast Report, Correlation One has also received several recognitions in the past few years. In 2022, for instance, LinkedIn rated Correlation One as the #6 top startup in the United States. This is, as you all know, there are tens of thousands of companies in the US. LinkedIn rated Correlation One as #6. We were also recognized last year by Fast Company as a world-changing idea. Again, all this recognition, we believe, is because of our laser focus on getting job outcomes for our learners. So the next section, we are actually going to talk about the mechanics of the Correlation One training program. What is our training philosophy? How do we prepare you for jobs? I have been talking a lot about jobs. So in the next section, we are actually going to cover all those details. So at a very high level, Correlation One's training program has 4 components. First is the training. Those are the technical skills we will teach you. We'll tell you more about that in the next slide. The next component is career coaching. this is our professional development support. In our view, technical skills and professional development are equally important. So changing your career, getting a new job in data analytics, launching a career in technology, there's a lot of steps that you have to go through. And so our customized one-on-one professional development service helps you prepare for that journey. The next element is jobs. That is the whole purpose of this training program. So we will talk about how we actually connect you with jobs. I'm sure that is that's important. That's top of your mind. So I'll tell you more about how we do it. And finally, I'm going to talk a little bit about the certification. Correlation One's data analytics training program is broadly recognized by hundreds of employers who hire our graduates who use the same training for their own employees. So we'll talk more about the certification process. Let's get into the training component first. So when it comes to our training, there are three guiding principles. First, it's practical. Anything we teach you, it's not going to be theory. These are real business problems that are faced by Correlation One's clients today. We're also big believers in live training. We do not believe self-paced training where, there are some schools which do that, where they give you the content, they let you go and learn on your own and then talk to a mentor if you have any questions. We don't think this works at all because learning a new skill requires a lot of effort, requires a community that needs to support you. And so we're believers in live instruction. So there will be lead instructors. You will have a dedicated class time that you would log in, listen to lectures, ask questions, participate in the discussions. So not only is the training program practical, it's live instruction. Now, in addition to lead instructors, lecturers, every single one of you would be assigned to a learning team. You will do a lot of work with your learning team, doing assignments together, doing project work together, but it's also your support network where we found this to be highly effective. Every learning team will also have access to 2 dedicated teaching assistants who will answer any questions you have, any support you need. You get stuck on a lesson, you need help with your homework. Our teaching assistants will be there every step of the way to support you. Most importantly, everything we teach you is going to be practical. Our view when it comes to training is to give you a whole range of skills that you can use from day one when you start your new job. So when you go through this training, you're going to have a full toolkit of skills that your future employer will value, and you would know when to use it. So we intentionally make every part of the training, it's going to be business case focused. It's not just lectures. There's hands-on learning. We will have dedicated time for you to do your assignments, to think about these business cases we present you. So it's a very, very practical and interactive way of learning. It's remote, it's virtual, but it's live. You will be interacting with the instructors, you'll be interacting with the TAs, you'll be interacting with your fellow students. The next element is it's very flexible. In 2022, Correlation One trained close to 2,000 Amazon Career Choice students. In 2023, we have currently the process of training about 1,500 Amazon students. We understand that you have a demanding schedule at Amazon. We understand that you have a family. We understand you have other commitments to your time outside work and family. So this whole training program is meant to be flexible, where we will talk about the schedule. And at every step of the way, there's going to be a lot of support. For instance, if you miss a lecture, we record all the lectures so you can go and catch up. If you're struggling with the homework, you can reach out to our TAs anytime who'll help you. The whole program is there's a big community supporting you to make sure you're on track and you're catching up. Just in terms of the curriculum, some of the things we will be teaching you as part of this training program would be, this is not comprehensive. We'll talk about data literacy. We will talk about quantifying and framing business problems, communicating with data, data-driven decision-making, data visualization, descriptive statistics, interpretation of charts, graphs, and tables, data transformation, Excel, SQL, Python, Tableau, and more. And to give you an example of an actual practical business case, for Excel, we will talk about how can an e-commerce retailer assess how web traffic gets converted into sales in order to make a recommendation on whether to increase web traffic to blogs via search engine or increase web traffic to products via paid advertisements. This sounds complicated, but that is exactly what you're here for. We are going to teach you how to solve these business problems. So you're always going to be, your skills are going to be valued by employers. The next section, in terms of program duration and commitments, the training is going to be 12 weeks, not including breaks. There will be 2 to 3 weeks of breaks in between the training program to give you a chance to catch up. There might be holidays, there might be public holidays as well. So this training is meant to, it'll run over 15 weeks. Our commitment, what we expect from you is roughly around 10 hours. We understand this is a lot. However, our research, like helping thousands of people every year, shows that this is sort of like the time commitment that's needed to help you prepare for a new career. Changing your career trajectory is not an easy task, but it could be done with hard work and persistence. And for us to deliver the results for you, we would need 10 hours of your time. Now, these 10 hours, it's split into lectures. This could be 2 2-hour lectures every week, 5 hours of like project work, and 1 to 3 hours of flex work where you're studying on your own with support wherever necessary. So it's a combination, but on average, we expect about like a 10-hour commitment. And we understand in some cases, you might have to miss the lecture, you might be running late behind a project. We have ways to accommodate all of your needs, and but roughly you should think about committing to 10 hours a week to get success from this program. Now, the next component, the next aspect is career coaching. Now, when it comes to finding a new job as a data analyst or using your analytical skills, knowing the technical skills is extremely important. Equally important is the career coaching part. Finding a new job requires looking at everything from reworking your resume, creating a LinkedIn profile that attracts the attention of potential employees. You need a job search strategy where you need to stand out to your preferred employers. You need an interview prep strategy. You need to do mock interviews. You also need, there's so many different components, which could all be challenging. So that is why we assign a dedicated career coach just for you. This person will work one-on-one with you. They will help you with everything that I listed, reworking your resume, helping you come up with your professional development plan that takes into consideration the geography you want to work in, the dream employers you want to work for, your target job salary, remote or in-person work. All those things will be factored in building your own professional development curriculum, professional development plan. And so that's what your career success coach would do. This is a service that could cost thousands of dollars, but the training and the professional development is offered to you at zero cost. Amazon pays for the training. There is no out of pocket cost for you. You don't need to pay for books. You don't need to pay for anything. This is all covered. This is an incredibly valuable service, which we know delivers results. And your personal career coach is your personal mentor, is your personal champion. Their goal is to help you find a job. And this career success coaching, you have access to it not only during the course of the program, but for up to 6 months after the program ends. So it's an important source of value that we create for our students. The next element is jobs. How do we connect you with jobs? Correlation One works with hundreds of employers, in addition to the employers that we work with who will post jobs on Correlation One's jobs marketplace. You will have access to all the jobs. This is a jobs marketplace where only the graduates of Correlation One's program will have access to the jobs. In addition to that, your career success coach will find jobs that are suitable for your skills as well as for your goals, and they will constantly work with you in finding these opportunities for you. So think of it as your support network that's going to be working for you right throughout, not just during the course of the training program, but after the training ends, so you're well positioned for success. The next element, I'm going to skip the slide. There are more success stories from our from Correlation One's past alums, but I want to get into certification. There are requirements. The requirements are around attendance, homework submission, project submission, group work. And so we require a certain minimum effort from you to complete the certification. So just signing up for the program doesn't guarantee certification. We need you to work and meet the requirements of the program. And for the students who do really well, they also have an option to get an honors certification. Now, as I mentioned before, we work with hundreds and hundreds of employers who all recognize Correlation One certification. So it definitely adds a lot of value in the jobs marketplace. This is also a way for you to stack your credential. You could get our data analytics certification and eventually take our cybersecurity course or another certification. It helps you to build your credentials that will be recognized by employers. A lot of employers are moving towards the model where they're eliminating the need for college degrees. And so even if you don't have a college degree, it doesn't matter. The certification is going to help you bridge that gap. Employers are hiring for skills, not credentials anymore. And so this is a concrete way for all of you to build your credentials. To keep going, the last section is how do you apply for this program? Now, we typically get more applications than the number of seats we have in the program. And so we have a very structured application process. Now, our application process is very straightforward. There's a 15-minute section where it's a written application section. It'll probably take you between 10 to 15 minutes. What we want to do here is get to know you. We want to know about who you are, what are your goals, right? What motivated you to apply for the program? And the more we know about you, the better we can assist you. And so that's why we take the time to get to know you. All of us have past experiences that are valuable, no matter what we did. Data analysts fundamentally are problem solvers. And so I am sure in your past work experience, in your current work experience, you're actively solving problems. And so we want to know all of that about you. The next part is, excuse me, a skills assessment. Now, when I mention the word assessment, that scares people. That is, there's no reason, no need to be scared of the assessment. Correlation One skills assessment is you get 12 multiple choice questions and you have 45 minutes to complete the assessment. Now, the goal for the assessment for us is not to eliminate people. The goal for the assessment is to understand what skills you have today, what skills you don't. This helps us build a curriculum. So for instance, if you're lacking in certain skills, we can add more content. We could add more support modules to those sorts of skills. So we use the assessment as a way to calibrate the skills of the incoming class. So we are able to curate the content to your specific needs. Some of the topics covered here are very basic. It's computer literacy. It's interpreting charts and graphs, information processing, where most people do well. And we just wanted to make sure that we know what the baseline skills are for the whole cohort, so we can build a really thoughtful curriculum for you. The next step in our admission process is the decision making. Once you complete the application, we're actually, in many cases, able to admit you within 24 hours. In some cases, it might take a little longer, up to a week or so. So, it's a pretty straightforward process. We encourage all of you to use this QR code, start the application process. It's going to take you less than an hour. And, one thing I should note is admission is on a rolling basis. For instance, we have agreed with Amazon on admitting a certain number of students across our programs. And so what happens is once we start getting applications, once we start admitting students, and so it's better to start the process as soon as you can. I also want to say a few things. Changing even a very, very long, any ambitious goal has hundreds of steps. The most difficult one is the first step. All of you, by signing up for this information session, watching this video, have already taken the first step. So kudos to all of you for your commitment to advancing your career, changing your career trajectory, finding a job that pays a living wage. So we take this responsibility very, very seriously. And we have been able to help thousands and thousands of Amazon associates get jobs inside or outside Amazon and launch their first tech career and launch a career that has the potential to keep growing in the future. We want to thank you for your time. We urge you to get started with the application process. And when you scan this QR code, you'll also have access to an email from Correlation One. If you have any question in the process, reach out to us. We are excited to be potentially working with you, and we are looking forward to reading your application. So thank you for your time. But before I go, I want to play a video where you can hear directly from former Amazon associates, graduates of our program in the past, where they talk about their experience, where they talk about how they evolved from the time that they started to landing, taking advantage of the program, as well as landing amazing jobs. We think it's important for you to get the perspective of your peers, and that's the reason we wanted to share the video with you. Thank you again for your time. I'm looking forward to seeing you in one of our classes. Huge congratulations to all of you. We could not be prouder of your effort, your tenacity, and your hunger to learn. We are already seeing your hard work beginning to pay dividends. Several colleagues of yours in the program have started receiving new job offers and are beginning to start exciting new careers.
At Amazon, one of my favorite leadership principles is hire and develop the best. This principle is all about finding amazing talent, providing coaching and training, and helping them to advance their careers.
I can honestly say that participating in the Correlation One Data Analytics training program is the best decision that I have made in years.
I was a little bit nervous as I didn't know much about data analytics. but with the help of my TAs, I was able to feel more confident in myself and in my skills.
I was scared, but I guess there was that little spark in me, that little part of me that says, hey, you know what? Why don't I just give it a shot?
I'm someone that have always loved to play with data. I love problem solving. When I realized how much power that the data has, that inspired me to get into this program, to be part of data analytics.
They have boosted my confidence and helped me overcome imposter syndrome and learn how to craft details and concrete statements to reword my resume.
The more I got through the course, the more confident I felt in my capacity to be an excellent data analyst.
This program will help you learn, with our wonderful instructors, more about analyzing data from real-world situations.
I want to use this opportunity to say big thanks to my TAs. Thank you very much for all you did for us. We sincerely appreciate you all for your hard work.
Want to extend a big thank you to my TAs. They're both super friendly, down to earth. They're very compassionate. When I had some rough days during the class, they were definitely there to support me.
It's been such an honor being on this journey with you all. I know it wasn't easy. You had to juggle work, your families, the program, job hunting, all at the same time, but you've done it.
Being a TA over these past couple of months has been one of the most rewarding experiences I have ever had. It's been an honor to go on this journey with you, and I hope you all have gained from it just as much as I did.
We have all been collaborating and cooperating and doing this tremendous work of learning analytics and learning how to use numerous softwares.
As a TA, I had front row seating for this accomplishment, and I want to remind you of all the struggles you went through and the challenges you overcame.
It's been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life, getting to meet so many of you and learn your stories and be part of your success and your journey.
It was not by any means an easy task, but as rewarding as it was for you to succeed, it was as rewarding for me to teach and be the person who facilitated that learning.
In addition to completing a robust data analytics curriculum, throughout this journey, you have also created a professional development plan, developed a competitive resume and LinkedIn profile, learned effective job search, networking, and interview strategies, and reflected on your personal brand.
It has truly been a pleasure being able to see you all grow and learn new skills throughout this entire program.
I hope that you have success in your professional career. I already consider you not fellows anymore, but as peers in this data analytics world.
I just wanted to congratulate all of the graduates on all of your hard work and completing the program.
And remember, this is just the first step. Congratulations.
Best of luck as you prepare to embark on this next phase of your journey.
I'm so proud of all of you for taking that leap to change your lives and your careers, and for trusting Correlation One to help you along that journey.
I'm so fired to get into the field, to explore the data analytics world.
I'm a little bit closer to my goal with graduating with honors and having a new and exciting career.
I have already started recommending the program to colleagues at Amazon, and I would recommend Correlation One to anyone who is interested in upskilling in the data analytics field.